Welcome back to your Week 3 unit on waves. The last couple of weeks we talked about what a wave looks like, the important parts of a wave, and then last week we looked specifically at light or transverse waves. This week you're going to look more specifically at sound waves, which are also called longitudinal waves, if we remember back from Week 1. If you have any questions about longitudinal waves to this point, make sure you go back and watch the Week 1 E-session because we did talk about those. This week you're going to be learning, like I said, about sound waves, and to do that, you're going to be doing another exploration. So hopefully you completed your light wave exploration last week with your light shining through note cards as well as your color wheel. But today you're going to be doing something that's probably a little bit more interactive, and it's kind of interesting and fun. The first time I did it, I was incredibly surprised at the things that I heard. So the first thing that I want you to do is you're going to create a Google presentation that's titled Sound Waves. This is what you're going to be using a little bit later in class. Then you're going to go to the website on the link here, and it's going to be called The Science of Sound Waves, an Awesome Experiment for Kids. With that, you're simply going to follow the directions, and there aren't too many things that you need. As you can see, you need a couple of different size spoons, or if you wanted to, another way to kind of enhance this is if you have a wooden spoon, a metal spoon, and then some other type of material spoon. So you're using different materials. Then you are going to complete the experiment, follow all the directions, and you're going to listen, and I want you to be taking pictures of yourself completing this experiment along the way. In the end, you're going to be hearing how different materials make different sounds, and that's when we talked about longitudinal waves, we talked about how the waves have to go through some sort of matter. These are different types of matter, so like I said, there could be metal, or there could be wooden, or there could be plastic. They're all different types. So that being said, follow the experiment and complete it. And it is pretty quick, and it is kind of fun. And then you are going to be answering some questions, but also creating that presentation. So the questions that I want you to be able to answer in your presentation is, why do you think all the sounds are different? And I sort of gave you a hint in Week 1, and then I just gave you another one. What exactly did you hear? So I want you to use some descriptive words and write your observations so I can understand what you heard. And then the third one is, did you feel a vibration in your ear or on your finger? And if so, what was it like? So again, using descriptive words. In your presentation itself, I want you to include your title page, along with a procedure of what you did. So you're going to rewrite the steps of the experiment in your own words, and you can use that with pictures as well. A video of yourself completing the experiment, and I know for some of you, your families prefer that you're not in videos. I would just prefer that you show the spoon then. You don't have to show your face, so we don't know who you are. And then make sure that you answer the above questions on their own slides. So the first of those extra slides should be question A, the second should be question B, and the third one should be question C. And again, it'd be great if you could include some pictures of yourself completing this. After you're done with that, your writing connection this week is going to be a sonnet poem. And many of you have actually probably written a poem like this, but you didn't know it was called a sonnet. Sonnets have a rhyming scheme. So some of the rhyming can be at the beginning of the sentence, some might be at the end of the sentence. But there is a rhyme somewhere. So an example of a rhyming scheme would be AB, AB, CD, CD. And with this, if I read it out loud, you should hear that the first and third lines will rhyme, and the second and fourth lines will rhyme. So I'll give you this example. Scribbler, oh what a joy you can find here. Eric is the one that heads the great team, full of poem stories and happy cheer. Hopefully it will make our readers gleam. So team and gleam rhymed, and hear and cheer rhymed. So this is the rhyme scheme, and it keeps going on and going on. So this week what I want you to do is on your Unit 2 poetry document that you've already created, I want you to create a sonnet poem that talks about what sound is. And the great thing about sound is you can use so many different expressions. So this poem could be very long, or it could be at least one stanza of 4 to 6 lines. That being said, think of all the different things that you can hear, or all the different things you know about sound, because all those different things go into the description of what sound is. Lastly, make sure you're very descriptive in what you hear. Moving on,